nothing surprised me at all. I know it could hurt him. I kind of felt that he could hurt me more, but as the fight was going, I say, oh, okay, he hit hard, but like nothing like I never felt with Jim Luke. He hit super hard, and yeah, I just execute everything I train. I visualized the fight on that way with the finish. I didn't get the finish on the beginning. That is not a bad thing for sure. I want to finish, but I want to show everyone that I can fight 5 rounds with the former champion, take him down and do everything that I did. You know, I feel great right now. For sure, still a lot of things that not being crazy, but a lot of things that need to get better, need to get fixed. The follow-ups, a couple things that Henry just pointed to me. But yeah, I'm happy with my performance for sure.
Clearly the biggest win of your career, but your emotion afterwards, you know, it looked like you were kind of fighting back tears a little bit. Can you say what was going through your head at that moment?
Yeah, because I sacrificed so much. I need to be in the moment. When I go to the fight, like when I sign a bout agreement, and I have a fight coming up, I make if I translate that, it's gonna be like a stairs of the ghost, or like stairs of the ghost. A lot of things that I need to do to win the fight. And the hardest thing to me is to be honest with myself and do everything that I plan to do. And I plan a lot of things. Oh, I gotta stretch every day. I gotta do this session. I gotta do that session. I gotta do this drill. I gotta do that drill. I gotta study. And I do so much on that, and it's hard to do every little thing. But I try to be honest with myself and do everything that I need to be on a crazy zone. And when I step in the octagon, I feel if I do everything that I said I supposed to do and I do it, I get there very comfortable and I get in the zone. So I got in the zone, but it's a lot of emotion to like, wow, I did everything I did. Okay, I'm happy. Now we're going to perform, and I execute. And just like, wow. It's just like, okay, he worked, you know, like he paid off. It's not easy. People don't realize, like, I got my 2 kids, I got my wife. But when I got to a camp, I need to go out a little bit. I need to be with myself. I need to study the fights. And I'm kind of nerdy on that. Doesn't look like, but I study a lot, break down the things, and I make my notes. And there's a lot of work, and people don't realize that. But I think it's been showing off of my performance. And after the fight, I always like, wow. It's kind of like a release, you know. Okay, I execute. Let's go. And then emotions come a little bit.
Can you point to what the key is to your success? Because you've always had talent. But there was a time when your spot on the roster was at risk, right? I mean, there was talk of them releasing you. Yeah. And now you're about, you know, maybe having a #1 contender fight in the very near future, maybe a title fight. What's the key to go from there to here?
It's a lot of things. It's not only one thing, but I remember that spot. Like, I remember I supposed to fight Paul Felder, and I had the surgery on my elbow. I didn't fight Felder, and that was the last fight on my contract. And they give me Jason Sago, and I know I had to win that fight. But I started doing a lot of things. I changed my conditioning coach. I started doing a mental coach. I started adding a lot. But I think one of the things that helped me a lot was got back to jiu-jitsu. You know, I was just like, that was my roots. I was falling in love with the striking. And I was just doing striking. I was sparring, and sometimes I was taking the guy down. And on the beginning, it was too easy to take the guys down and submit. And then I'm in a comfort zone. I gotta go more stand-up. And I started just going stand-up, and I missed the timing with the takedowns, and I missed the timing with jiu-jitsu. And then I kind of realized, okay, that's my roots. I need to come back. And then I started competing a lot of jiu-jitsu, training more. And I think that was the key. As soon as I got back to jiu-jitsu, everything started clicking a little bit. Takedowns were there, the strike was there, and I just kept training. And I think it's kind of like clicking a little bit. And then that took a couple of losses. After that, I lost to Dan Hooker. That was another thing that I realized I need to study more. I was get too pumped up to the fight. I rocked the guy a little bit. I was going forward crazy. I want to finish the fight. And then after that fight, I learned that. But I think it's just a process. And after I stopped with the crazy weight cut, I started performing a lot better too. That was the key, I think. One of the keys. It's a lot of things, not one thing that I can point, but we stopped with that craziness. Yeah, I felt a lot better.
Nice. Last thing for me, we don't know what's going to happen yet with the title fight, but I mean, you obviously have a very good case for being in there. Have you talked to your team about how that would work? How would it work if you and Usman were to fight? How would the preparation work? How would the coaching work? How would it play out?
I don't know. That's gonna be weird. I don't know, but we're both professionals. I like the guy a lot. I'm not just being no. I like the guy. He motivated me a lot when he became a champion. I saw him zero. He didn't have his pro debut when I met him, and we always like to work together because I have the jiu-jitsu. He had the wrestling. We grapple a lot crazy since the beginning. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be weird, but I want to fight for the title. No, I want to be the champion, and he's the champion. That's the only reason I'll call for this fight. Otherwise, it don't make no sense. But yeah, I want to fight for the title next. I know it might be Masvidal and all that craziness, but I just told Dana on the backstage, hey, I'm available for July. You know, if those guys keep going crazy, I want to fight for the title. If not, if you book another fight for the title, give me who is available. If it's not Kobe, give me Leon Edwards. Give me I just want to stay busy.
Gilbert right here. Before your fight at the media day, you said that Kamaru was giving you a lot of good insights before your fight with Tyron. So after spending 25 minutes with Tyron, did anything surprise you in there?
Not really. He's normal. He's just a human being like me, like you. He's just, I think, let's say he has like a couple gimmicks. As an athlete, he's strong. He has more reach than me, but as a fighter, yeah, nothing crazy, but speed on the hands, power, but nothing special. Like a tough fighter, but nothing. Oh, he hit hard. Yeah, he does. Look at this head. Look right there. He hits hard, juice. And we sparring before his fight, before my fight. That guy hit super hard, and then I gotta be like, we spar before my fight. We spar before his fight. I gotta keep my hands up, otherwise that guy knocked me out on the warm up. So it's nothing different, you know.
And then on Twitter, for a while you were calling everyone out in multiple weight classes. I even think you offered to fill in a middleweight when you were in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Now at this point in your career, do you have to be a little more selective after this big win?
My manager Ali, he just said that, hey, stop with the craziness right now. But the thing was in Jacksonville, as soon as Jacare got the COVID-19, I would say, wow, they might cancel everything. You know, I might not fight Tyron Woodley. I might fight this guy tomorrow. I better get that fight anyways. Then wait and everything get canceled. And I call Sean. He said, "You crazy? You're gonna fight Woodley?" And then I say, "I'm just, you know, the fight's still up. Yes, the fight's gonna. Okay, no problem. You know." And then, but he got crazy. He said, "No, I think I need to be a little bit more selective right now for sure." But I think all my improvement, all my evolution on the sport is just because I'm competing. I'm getting better. I'm fighting, and I'm not afraid to fight. I want to fight for sure. I want to fight for the title next. But if it's not happening, don't think I'm gonna hold on that position. I'm gonna fight another guy, you know.
And one final one: you fought in Brazil, and then you cornered Vicente in Jacksonville. But those were in arenas. This was in a smaller venue with a smaller octagon. So did it feel a lot different fighting in the Apex?
Not really. In Brazil was crazy. First experience to empty arena in Brazil was like, I got nervous on the beginning. I was like, wow, okay, I'm fighting. But then I went to Vicente, and was the same feeling. And then I started visualizing a little bit. And then I got to the Apex, and I got here on Thursday to do the media, to the pre-fight interview. And then I like, hey, let me take a look right here. Let me see what's gonna be the. And then I kind of took that look. Thursday I did my visualization. I kind of go aware with the place. Friday again, today again, and I felt great today, to be honest. I wasn't nervous. I was in the gray zone going to the fight.
It sounds like you have a process that you go through to get your mind in fight ready. Was this any different as you went through your process right there?
No, same process. A lot of work. Even I think that one was a little better because I had more time. But on those short notice, a lot of work. People have no idea. Like for the 2 weeks notice that I got to fight with Good Nelson and Alexei Kunchenko, I got to go through all that process in 2 weeks. It's harder, but I think I've been getting a lot of confidence after those fights, and I have time to this fight to approach all. You know, I know where mentally I gotta be on the fight physically, and especially when they changed the date for the 23rd, for the 30th, that extra week was amazing. Was when I click everything, I put everything together, and I'm like, okay, we're going to that fight, and everything clicks on a perfect time.
You mentioned it was really strange to fight without an audience in Brazil. Is it tougher to get up to go, I'm in a fight without the audience for you?
In Brazil, it was hard to make that okay with fighting, It was, but like I said, going to the Vicente Luque fight, I get a little more aware of that. And facing Tyron Woodley, he's dangerous in the beginning. I had to do this adjust, like, of being nervous on the beginning and be aware in the beginning, because Damian wasn't that threat for me on the beginning, because he's more as a grappler. I'm a grappler too, and I could get a little nervous and a little like get things up as the fight was going. But Woodley is danger, I gotta be aware since the fight started, and I think I realized that, and I adjust that and I execute.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, nobody. Thank you guys. Have a good one.